Welcome, my dear friends. Myself, Professor Dr. Rajendra Raghuvir Deshpande from Pune, Maharashtra State, India, would like to welcome you all in this interesting class of Swasthavritta subject of the third year BMS. And today's topic that we are discussing the topic from paper 2. Please try to understand, in the Swasthavritta subject, there are two papers. Regarding the first paper, we have discussed a quite interesting topics, but now we will discuss some topics from the paper 2. So please open your notebook. Please write the date of today, 26th November 2023. Then please write down the important name of the topics. First, you write down Swasthavritta paper 2. We are discussing paper 2 today. And the topics are, for example, just I will scroll for you. First, you write down Jala, that means the water. There are both aspects, Ayurvedic as well as the modern aspect. We will discuss about Jala. Then, in the Jala, you can see here purification of water, water pollution. Just wait, hardness of water, okay? Then there are purification methods. Then the second topic, please write down. After Jala, we will start the discussion on Bhumi and Nivas sthana. Bhumi and Nivas sthana. This is according to your syllabus. So you write down, please write down this name. First was water. This is land, L-A-N-D, land. Okay. So we will discuss some points from this land. So, Swasthavritta, paper 2, Jala and land, or water and land. These are the today's topics. This is very interesting. So before going further, please let me repeat paper 2. There is a part A and part B. Everybody can write down paper 2, part A and part B. Okay. Now in this beginning of the lecture, I will narrate. Don't necessary to write down, but just hear very carefully. There are 17 points. This number you can write. So 17 points in part A. Part A of what? Paper 2. Swasthavritta paper 2. Part A. 17 points. You write down this 17. So let me tell you these 7 points. Number 1. Janapada Udvans. Like we have seen epidemic, endemic, and pandemic. Corona was pandemic throughout the world. Jaundice, epidemic. Swine flu may be endemic in the Maharashtra state. So Janapada Dhans, very complicated word in Ayurveda. Janapada Dhans. Second topic, Vayu or air. Third topic, Jala or water. Fourth topic, Bhumi and Nivas sthana, that is land and housing. Fifth point, Prakash, lighting, or yes, lighting, light, Prakash. Sixth, Dhvani Pradushana. Dhvani Pradushana, noise pollution. Seventh point, Vikirana, that is radiation. Eighth point, Apadravya Nirmulana. Apadravya Nirmulana, disposal of solid waste. Ninth point, Mala Nishkasana Vyavastha, excreta disposal. 10th point, Shava Vinasha, disposal of dead body. 11th point, Rutu evam Vatavarana Jnanam, meteorology. 12th point, disaster management. 13th point, occupational health. 14th point, school health services. 15 point, epidemiology. 16th point, non-communicable disease epidemiology. 17, Chikitsalaya Bhavana, hospital building. So I have narrated 17 points from Swasthavritta, paper 2, part A. Let us start to discuss about water. Okay. First, I will mark for you. This is Ayurvedic aspect. You will see, sir, you are not talking in detail about this everything. When the time permits, I will discuss. Otherwise, these are the guidelines. Each and every student of my class is expected to purchase minimum one textbook of every subject. And immediately after my lecture, each student will have to make the notes of their own by getting guidance from these classes. So, Jala Bheda, one is a Divya or Antariksha coming from the sky. Rain, 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 rain. That is Divya Jala or Antariksha Jala. Please write down rainy water, rainy water. Then Bhuma Jala on the ground. Bhuma Jala. Antariksha Jala is again having the different varieties. That is Dhara. Is a name of Sanskrit names. These are the Sanskrit Ayurvedic names. We can't help. You have to remember as it is. So tell me, sir, what is Dhara Jala? What is Kara Jala? That I will discuss if the time permits afterwards, not in the beginning. Because I know the importance of these names is very less. So I have given you the particular notes or the presentation, which is very, very important. So here only you remember the names. Dhara Jala, Kara Jala, Taishara Jala, Hemavati Jala. You just remember. Say 10 times. Dhar, Kar, Taishar, Hemavati. Dhar, Kar, Taishar, Hemavati. Antariksha Jala, rainy water. Then in Bhauma Jala, Taupa, Saras, Nadeya, and Tadag. Is like a river, fountains, like that. Kaupa, Sanskrit words, Ayurvedic words. Just remember and then remaining okay. Kaupa, Sarasa, Nadeya, Tadag. Okay. Which is the pure water according to Ayurvedic Samhita? Gangambu. Gangambu. Gangambu, pure water. And which is the impure water? Samudra Ambu. This word you write down. Ambu means Jala. Please write down. Ambu. Here, cursor, can you see? Here Ambu, here also Ambu. Ambu. Please write down. Ambu is equal to Jala, is equal to water. So, the natural water coming from the rain, Gangambu is a pure, and whatever on the ground is impure. Next, according to Ayurveda, qualities of water or the properties of water, Guna, Nirgandha, which is the best water, Nirgandha. There should not be any smell, Nirgandha. Avyaktarasa, without any, it should not be bitter, pungent. This taste should not be there. Inert, that is avyaktarasa. Of course, we know that natural water or whatever we drink the water is not exactly sweet, but near to the sweet. But it should not be bitter. It should not have any smell. Shuchi, pure, distilled water. Shitala, that means giving the effect on the body, cooling effect. Lagu, easy to digest. Hridya, heart pleasing. And Trishnagna. Trishnagna, that means which will satisfy our thirst. Trishna is a thirst. Okay, next. Now, according to the modern science, importance of water. You know, although our body is looking like a solid, there is a 70% of the human body contains water. In the infants, there is 75% water. And in the adults, there is 60 to 65% water. Just a moment. I will just take a one pause. Just excuse. So, human body is mainly composed of water. Which are the things that are watery in nature in our body? For example, the fluids like blood. In the blood, you know, there is some plasma, which is a liquid, and some cells, red blood cell, RBC. But the liquid is there, that is plasma or the serum. Then lymphatic system, cerebrospinal fluid, then saliva, secretions from the parotid and all these glands, urine and the semen. These are watery components. So if you drink the less water, these all the things will be affected. So drinking of enough water as per your prakriti is very much essential. Water is a universal solvent. It can what you can say, the accumulate, or it can take all the minerals and vitamins and all proteins and carbohydrates in the raw form. Then inexpensively available. Although there is some drought and some problems at some areas of the world and also in Maharashtra and also in India, but forget about those things. But in general, this is not expensive. Some students, curious students may ask, in my area there is a tanker, water tanker, and we have to pay for the water tanker. So why do you say that is inexpensive? Compared to the other things, and in general I am talking, this is inexpensive in large. If you compare to the petrol and the diesel, all these things, okay? Quantity is available in the large quantity, non-toxic, soothing, gentle, soothing. It promptly absorbs and holds the heat. So it is very much essential if you want to protect from summer or hot climate in the profession, in the occupation. So it is anti-pitta, remember. Okay. Now we will go further. Slowly and steadily, we will try to arrange our screen and then I will mark for you. Now we will discuss this thing. Dushita Jala, that is polluted water, has 6 dosha. According to Ayurveda also, Ayurveda has understanding about pollution of the water. Okay. So sparsha dosha. In our touch, it will not look, it may be like a little bit sticky. So slimy, it may be like that because of some pollutants. For example, fungal infections. Then rupa dosha. It will not look clear. Even in the rainy season, sometimes the water comes in the tap water looks like a turbid. Why? Because there is a lot of sand and mud, and that much purity is not done by the government. So it is muddy water, polluted water. Then that is the rupa dosha. Rasa dosha. If you drink that water, something is wrong. Water is not having good taste. That is a rasa dosha. Gandha dosha. Smell will not be clear. Virya dosha. Its action on the body. Here, virya is not related with semen. Virya is not related with the shukra dhatu. Here, virya means potency. Actually, the water should give you the pleasant and soothing effect, but this polluted water will not give the soothing effect. And vipaka dosha. After digestion, you may start loose motions. You may start vomiting, gastroenteritis, gastro. So all these diseases, cholera, jaundice, typhoid, can occur because of this type of the water. Now, according to the modern science, that is in the modern science, Swasthavritta subject in the MBBS course, they have the PSM. You can write down PSM, Preventive and Social Medicine. PSM subject of MBBS student is very similar to our Swasthavritta. They have also these topics. So, sources of water pollution. Some is a sewage, that urine and excreta will mix in the water. Then industrial and trade waste. You know, there are very strict laws. If they don't follow, then there will be punishment. Then agricultural waste, physical, chemical and biological pollutants may exist in the water. So my dear friends, let us move here. I will try to adjust the screen all the time for you, my dear friends. So give me some time for this adjustment. Now I have to move this cursor. I just can't find over here, but I will try. I will try how to take it over here. Otherwise, I will shift this. Okay. Now here you can see impurities of the water, dissolved impurities and suspended impurities. In the one way, suspended impurities are a little bit better, okay, because at least we can understand, okay, suspended means floating and dissolved means which are already mixed in the water, and that is very dangerous, because unless and until we take and have some bad effects, diseases, we cannot understand these dissolved impurities. So dissolved impurities are because of the gases or because of the minerals. Suspended impurities, here we are here now, like the dirt, bacteria and parasites, water-borne diseases. If we drink this impure water, polluted water, what will happen? Diarrhea means loose motions, dysentery, amoebiasis, giardiasis. In Ayurveda, this is atisar and this is pravahika. Atisar, diarrhea. Pravahika, dysentery. Pravahamanasya pravahika. When there is a straining while doing the defecation. And because of the straining, only after that mucus and blood comes. And that is, according to modern science, because of the parasites like amoeba and giardia. When you do the stool examination, you can find it out. Amoebiasis, cholera, worm infestation, roundworm, threadworm, hookworm, whipworm or tapeworm. Roundworm, threadworm, hookworm and tapeworm. Okay, typhoid, you know this fever, that takes a long time. 8 days fever, 14 days fever, 3 weeks fever, typhoid. Typhoid, the test is called as a Vidal test, blood test. But it should be done, Vidal test of typhoid comes positive only in the 2nd week. And that is also if not antibiotic is given. If you are already given the antibiotic, the test will not come proper. Remember this thing. Gastroenteritis, there is the inflammation or infection in the stomach as well as in the small intestine. So both, there will be loose motions plus vomiting. Gastroenteritis, short form is gastro. Hepatitis, infective hepatitis because of the virus A, that is jaundice. Kamala. Okay, next topic is purification of water. Can you see here this topic? How you can purify the water? Number 1, small scale purification and large scale purification. 2 methods. Small scale, like our household, and large scale, for example, the Mumbai city, Pune city has been supplied by the corporation. Then there are the big tanks and they purify in the tanks itself and then they supply by the taps. Small scale in our house, purification of water. Number 1, boil the water for minimum 20 minutes. Remember my words. Only boil? No. 20 minutes. 20-minute boiling only can kill the bacteria. Otherwise, no. So in the rainy season, I will recommend in Varsha Rutu, the water should be boiled. Number 2, filtration. Of course, there is available ready-made filters are available. Then chemical disinfectants, you can mix some chemicals, but that is done with under supervision of the experts. You must learn this and then you do it. Chlorine, that we don't do at home. Iodine and bleaching powder. These methods are there for the purification of water. Okay. So my dear friends, from here I will go for the next. Okay. Yes. Again, I will adjust some screen. Okay. Good. Large scale purification of water. Just wait. I will mark for you so you can concentrate here. Concentrate. Okay. Large scale purification Number one, storage. And then in the stored water, you can do physical purification, chemical purification, and biological purification. These three methods: physical, chemical, biological. Again, if you want to learn more, you have to open your textbook and prepare the notes. This is a trailer. Dr. Deshpande's classes are guidance classes, giving you the trailer, giving you the important points, but detailed notes. Self-study is important for the medical student. Don't forget that. Self-study, hard work, essential. Okay, filtration. Slow sand filtration and rapid sand filtration. You have to first याद करना चाहिए सब चीजें जो भी डॉक्टर देशपांडे के वीडियो में आ जाता है ना मेरे प्यारे दोस्तों. मेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट, make audio recordings, and then what you can do, this is minimum. If you want to pass, you must learn each and every line of my video, each and every line. There is no bypass. No. Slow sand filtration, rapid sand filtration, then disinfection by chlorination, chlorine gas, ozonization, and ultraviolet radiation. These methods are used for the purification of water. So we will discuss some of the methods little bit in detail. Okay. So my dear friends, this is slow sand filtration. Components of slow sand filtration. Which things are used? Number one, supernatant raw water is taken. This is important. Supernatant top. Supernatant raw water. Then bed of the sand. Below that, bed is a patta, like a strip of the sand. Then under drainage system and filter control valves. So these are the basic important components of slow sand filtration. So before going into detail of slow sand filtration, you try to remember these points: supernatant raw water, bed of the sand, under drainage system, and filter control valves. Okay. So we will go for the next topic. Here, just wait few moments only. Sorry. Here, can you see? Another method is rapid sand filtration. Slow sand, rapid sand. Slow sand filtration, rapid sand filtration. Components of rapid sand filtration. Number one, coagulation chamber, rapid mixing chamber, flocculation chamber, sedimentation chamber, and filtration unit. So here are 4 chambers. Okay. Just a moment. There is a quick announcement. I have removed that screen. So 4 chambers are there: coagulation, rapid mixing, flocculation chamber, sedimentation chamber, and filtration unit. Okay, do you understand? Little. I am not saying that I have explained you the method that you can make your notes by your textbook, but you must remember these are the purification methods, and slow sand and rapid sand are important methods. Okay, so you must remember the chambers, the name of the chambers. Now I will go further, which is a topic of examination. This is a lot of time this question has been asked. Write a note or SAQ, short answer question, 3 mark or 5 mark, important topic, write down. I will wait. Hardness of water, please write down. Hardness of water, IMP, SAQ. Remember. Definition. Soap, like you use for the bathing purpose, soap destroying power of the water is known as hardness of water. Definition. Soap destroying power of the water is known as hardness of water. Types, 2 types. Carbonate is a temporary hardness, and non-carbonate, permanent hardness. Classification of water on the basis of hardness: soft water, moderately hard water, very hard water. Easy to understand, very easy. Soft, moderately hard, and very hard. Treatment of hardness of water. First, you can boil the water so you can easy to digest after boiling. Addition of lime and addition of soda bicarbonate powder. You can add those crystals. Okay, we will go further. Okay, this is a roughly discussion on the jala or the water. I will just see whether it is a really end of the topic or not, and then I will go for the next page. So I am going next page, my dear friends. So now we will talk about Bhumi and Nivas sthana. Bhumi and Nivas sthana. Okay. Types of the soil. First, I will mark for you, my dear friends. You must remember, first write down types of the soil. Start writing. Is equal to 6. 6 number you have to remember. 6 types of the soil. Sandy soil. You know the sand. Sandy soil. Then silty soil. Clay. You know the clay. Clay. The children also have the clay games. Clay soil. Loamy soil. Then peaty soil and chalky soil. If the time permits, I am going to discuss all these things afterwards. If my lecture finishes before 1 hour, definitely I will go into detail and tell you something more about this point. But this is a notes. Okay. So you have to detail what is sandy, what is silty, what is clay, what is loamy, what is peaty, what is chalky. You write down yourself. Yes. Okay. So these are the 6 types of the soil. Next, we will go further and first try to mark. Okay, just wait. Now, here you can see land pollution. Like water, land also can be get polluted. The deposition of solid or liquid waste material on the land or underground in a manner which can contains the soil and groundwater threaten the public health. So this can problem for the society. Okay, the deposition of solid or waste. I am saying waste, which is not useful, like the previous one, from the industry, from the sewage, all these physical and chemical and all these chemicals, they mix in the water as well as sprayed on the land. That can also happen. So there is a requisite, there is a necessary that you must try to purify the land. Purification of land. How it can be done? There are Sanskrit words and English translation. First, I will read only 4 or 5 points. Marjana, dah, go kramana, go kramana. First, you write down only Sanskrit on the left side and then translation on the right side. Left side Sanskrit, right side translation. Okay. Marjana, dah, go kramana, sek, ullekhana and lepana. How many? Marjana, dah, go kramana, sek, ullekhana and lepana. 6 points are there for purification of land. Bhumi shodhana. So what is marjana? Cleaning or sweeping. Like we do in the house also. Sweeping. You know what is sweeping I am talking about. Then burning. You make some fire on the land and it will purify the land. Burning. Gokramana, grazing of cow. Grazing of cow. Sek, sprinkling of water. Ullekhana, by some scraper. Nangar, scraping is done. Lepana, painting. So you can spray some over there. That is lepana. Okay. Sprinkling is different and spraying is different. You can spray some purificatory nimb or azadiracta indica. This type of the powders you can sprinkle. Okay. Nivas, next topic. Nivas yogya bhumi. Where we people, the man can live. How is the place? That must be square, on the top, elevated, and in southwest direction. Southwest direction. In Marathi, in Sanskrit, this particular disha or the direction is, can you judge what is that direction? There are corner, Agneya, Nairitya, Vayavya, Ishanya. Agneya, Nairitya, Vayavya, Ishanya. So this particular south and west is called as a Nairutya Disha. Nairutya Disha. Then smell of horse, elephant, bamboo, then Nagakeshar, Jati Pushpa, Dhanya in the land is good. So this type of, but I don't personally agree with all these things. Remember. You say, sir, smell of horse is good. I don't agree. But in the Samhitas, in the text, there is some type of the description. Now we have to see only, basically we see whenever we want to make a building, you know what is the government or the corporation law? It should be NA, non-agricultural land. I think this should also be added over there, non-agricultural, because non-agricultural land only we can build or construct our house. If it is agricultural land, we cannot, because this is Nivasa Yogya Bhumi. And also we see whether the particular area is good or not, whether it is very near to the graveyard, whether it is very near to the water, we don't take it. Whether it is near very to the mountains, we don't take it. Because you know that in Marathi we call it Darad Kosrane. The stones are falling in the rainy season from the mountains and a lot of villages are destroyed. You've heard about that. So these points also can be incorporated when you will write the answer. There is no problem. It is not compulsory that only write the Samhita. You can write the today's these things also. Okay. Then plain land with a good smell, which is a fertile, again fertile for the farming, not for the living purpose. Dark colored, unctuous and soft to touch is good for construction of houses. This is a description given at that time, but you can do the Google and find out some important points which land is called as good for construction of the house. Then you will get a very interesting parameters that are more important. I personally feel I don't believe on only Samhita description. So I am very sorry, and I also respect Ayurveda, but you can do the Google research. This is a homework for you. You can WhatsApp me, sir, I have done that and I have found this point. You have to make the question to the Google. Tell me the good land for the house construction, or the parameters of the good land. Parameters, P-A-R-A-M-E-T-E-R-S. Parameters of good land for construction of house. Then you will get a very interesting knowledge, for practical knowledge, I will say. Now, next point of discussion, my dear friends, housing. Housing includes both physical structure, providing the shelter, surrounding community services and facilities. In nowadays, they are called as amenities. Whether the market is near, whether the school is near, dispensary, clinic, hospital is near, this and that. Bus stand is near, metro station is near. So this is some requirements of that society or the living area. Purpose of the housing: provide the sanitary shelter and the protection. Most important is protection from the rain, heavy air, or the lot of air and lot of heat from the sun. We have to protect from this air, excessive, I'm talking about excessive air, excessive sunlight, or the excessive, what you can say, the rain. We have to protect ourselves. That's why we construct the houses. So provide the space for family life. Of course, our father, mother, children, relatives, we stay together. Have a society like a family building. Okay. Provides easy access to the community facilities. When we have the society, we have the interaction with the community people. Housing standards in India. Housing standards in India. Okay, can you see over here? First is a site selection. Now you know that lot of people are working for this construction of the houses. For example, there are engineers, architect, then the builders. So a lot of people, the person, laborer. So all these together, they work together. Housing standards in India, site selection, setback, flooring, thickness of the wall, height of the roof, 10 feet or 12 feet, then number of the rooms. Roof, you know, the roof height is very important for proper ventilation. Number of the rooms, then the floor area, carpet area, you know these words, space, windows, lighting, kitchen, latrine, bathroom, disposal of garbage and refuse, sanitary water supply. So these are the points or the standards when we think of building our own house. So building of houses, it may be living house, it may be the building of school, building of the hospital. So everywhere you have to think a lot with this respect. Okay, Mahanasa. Mahanasa, Sanskrit word, kitchen. Kitchen should be in the southeast direction. That is called as Agneya Disha. Please write down Agneya Disha. Okay. Latrines and bathroom should not be near kitchen. Then holes in the roof of the kitchen to escape the smoke. Standards of overcrowding. One room for 2 person, 2 rooms for 3 person, 3 rooms for 5 person, 4 rooms for 7 person. Here you can see the word is another is not normal. Crowding. When 2 people are living all the time for all purposes in one room, that may be little bit crowding. So 2 rooms for 3 person, 3 rooms for 5 persons, 4 rooms for 7 person, and 5 rooms for 10 person. This can be called as a standards of overcrowding. I think this is a basic idea that I wanted to share with you regarding the water and Bhumi. Now, again, I will try to explain little bit about both these points. Okay, so you can write down the extended discussion on these points. Just give me some time to, for example, here you can see here, Dhar, Kar, Taishar, Hemavati. So that's why audio recording is important. Dharodak, the word is a dhara, duk, dharodak. That means when you collect the water, in some vessel, for example, you can have a vessel of stone, vessel of the silver, vessel of the copper, and that rainy water collected in the vessel is called as a dharodak. Okay. There are 2 types. One is a gang and another is a samudrak. Gang and samudrak. Dharodak, I am talking about dharodak. Now, gang means, you write down gang, Ashwin month in Marathi, Ashwin month, Swati nakshatra. Swati nakshatra. On that period, when the water is collected, that is called as a gang. And samudra means water collected near to the Mruga nakshatra. Near to the Mruga nakshatra. So first was Swati nakshatra, another is the Mruga nakshatra. That is not too much important. So don't get tension. Huh? Next, Karodaka, Gara. In Marathi, we call it as a Gara. That is the stones of the water stones. Huh? So Gara, from that water collected with the Gara, I'm sorry, I'm immediately not remembering the word in English. You just give me the comment. So what is Gara in English or Gara in Hindi? Okay. So that water is called as a Kar. Then there is a Haimodak. Haimodak is Hima. Hima means barf, snow. When the snow is melting from the hills, that is called as a Haimodaka or Haimavati. And next, Tausharodaka, Taishar. Taushar is a dav. Dew, D-E-W in English, dew water. That is called as a particular Taishar water. Okay. Next, there are the 7 types of the Bhauma Jala. That is a Kaupa, Tadaga, Sarasa, Audbhida, Chaundya, Prastravana, Vapya, and Nade. You can just open your textbook and you will find these words. Okay. Now, I would like to tell you something about surface water. Surface water. I just here surface water. So, surface water, for example, can be taken from reservoirs. Reservoirs. Write down reservoirs, that is lakes and dams. Surface water is also collected from the, one is a dam, number two is a river, number three, tank. Number three, tanks. Okay. Now about the well, W-E-L-L, well. In the villages, there are wells. Some are shallow wells, shallow, and some are deep wells. Shallow wells and deep wells. These are the important classification. Okay. Then we have seen the water-borne diseases, and I have explained you also the meaning of that. Okay. Now here you can see the impurities that we have discussed. Chemical pollutants. Chemical pollutants. Can you see impurities of the water? I am giving you some audio regarding this. Impurities. So there are biological problems from the infections like viral infection, bacterial infection, protozoal infection, and helminthic infection. And there may be some chemical pollutants coming from the industrial and agricultural waste. These pollutants include the detergent, solvent, heavy metal. Most important word is heavy metal. Don't forget. Please write down heavy metal. Very, very important. Heavy metals, minerals and organic acids. Okay. Then nitrogenous substances, bleaching agents, dyes, etc. Then contaminated water is always giving problems for, these are another problems, contaminated water, dental problems, dental problems, then cyanosis in infants, blue coloration, cyanosis in the infants, especially when there is a high nitrate content in the water, that gives the problem with the infant, cyanosis. Next is the cardiovascular diseases. Cardiovascular diseases, heart problem. Then some diseases are transmitted because of the inadequate use of water, like conjunctivitis, scabies, etc. Okay. Now, we will talk little bit about the, what you can say, the purification methods that we have discussed, the boiling, chemical infections. We use the bleaching powder. Bleaching powder. We have seen that, but just I am giving you the some new things if I found out. Okay. Then health related with the chemical constituents, especially arsenic poisoning. Please write down arsenic poisoning. Arsenic can enter to the water through the dissolution of minerals and ores from the industrial effluents. Okay. Then we have also discussed the hardness of water. Can you see the hardness of water? I think I should take the next page for you. Hardness of water here. That we have discussed. Now, I would like to give the audio message to you, classification of water. Here I will mark some important, more clarification on this. Please write down. Classification are the soft water, level of hardness. I am talking about level of hardness. Please write down this word, level of hardness. In the soft water and the unit, please write down the unit of the hardness, MEQ. M small e capital, MEQ per liter. MEQ per liter. This is the unit of hardness. Unit of hardness, very important. For soft water, this level is less than 1. Slowly, please write down, slow. Less than 1. Soft water. Hardness level 1 MEQ per liter. Unit, what is unit? MEQ per liter. Hardness unit. MEQ per liter. Soft water level is less than 1. Please write down slowly. Moderately hard. Moderately hard. Hardness level is 1 to 3. Please write down 1 to 3 hardness level. Moderately hard. Then hard water 3 to 6. Please write down level, important, 3 to 6. And very hard, over 6. More than 6 MEQ per liter. More than 6 MEQ per liter, very hard water. So you must remember, soft water less than 1, moderately hard 1 to 3, hard water 3 to 6, very hard water over 6. Now, in addition to this, I am explaining more audio. Disadvantages of hardness. You have to write down. Disadvantages. Very bad. Disadvantages. Hardness in the water consumes more soap you will require for the washing, more soap, more detergent water. Sorry, more detergents. Second, when hard water is heated, the carbonates are precipitated and bring about flaring of boilers, which leads to the great fuel consumption. So you will have the expenses will go high. What? Why? Because when you want to heat it, that particular boiler, you write on boiler, that will have a great fuel consumption. Third side effect. Food cooked in the soft water keeps the natural color and appearance. When you cook the food in the soft water, is good. Fourth point. Fabrics or garments, shirt and all these things, washed with soap in hard water do not have a long life. My shirt will tear, go to the waste immediately when I wash in the hard water. That is not good. Fifth disadvantage. Hardness shortens the life of pipe and flexures. When we have the system, tap system, that corrosion will take place because of the hardness. So hardness is not good. Hardness is not good. Remember this thing. That is why what we do, we remove the hardness. So temporary hardness can be removed by boiling, addition of lime, addition of soda bicarb, etc. And permanent hardness can be removed by addition of soda bicarb. Sodium carbonate, not bicarb. Sodium carbonate and base exchange process. Okay. So we will go a little bit further. There is one topic which is not there, but you can make the note because sometimes it can be asked. That is water recycling. Please write down. Water recycling. Water recycling. The demand for water is increasing because of the industrial and population growth. Demand of water is increasing. Due to the climate change, rainfall pattern is unpredictable. We are not sure whether we get 100% expected rain in the rainy season or not. So drought may be there. So recycled water, wastewater, which is called as a sewage, is treated. Sanskar processing is treated to remove the solids and impurities, and used. This purified water from the sewage is not used for drinking, is used like for agricultural irrigation, industrial processes, toilet flushing, and groundwater replenishment. So these are the benefits when you recycle, that can be used for agricultural irrigation, industrial processes, toilet flushing, and groundwater replenishment. Okay. So water recycling, this topic is important, has many environmental benefits. It provides an additional source of water for various purposes. Water recycling decreases the extraction of water. Recycling wastewater can decrease the discharge of effluents that may damage and pollute the water. And recycled water can be used to create new wetlands, wetlands to enhance and improve the quality of existing water. So this is about the recycling. Now, if time permits, there is some time, 8 minutes are there. I will like to add something for this matter, okay, about the Bhumi or the land. What I can tell you more, okay. So types of the soil, for example, you can see here, first, rock. Can you see over here anything? You can write down stony. Can you see the stony? Rocky or stony. This is the first type of the land, made up of chalk, limestone, sandstone, that is sandy soil. So that is called as a rocky, R-O-C-K-E-Y, or stony. This is made up from the chalk, limestone, sandstone, gravel, etc. Next is a clay. Here, can you see cursor? Can you see the cursor? I will try to adjust the cursor for you, if possible. Okay. Clay or black soil, black, made up of clay which does not soak moisture and is damp and cold in nature. Damp and cold. Next is a sandy. Sandy which is dry and healthy but not stable. Then loamy, made up of the clay and sand, that is called as a loamy. Filled or made soil, soil made up of filtering low-lying places with refuge and debris. Okay. Now, I will like to tell you something about soil and health. Please write down soil and health. Soil as an environmental factor can affect health and transmit the disease if it is polluted with causative agents which can be physical, which can be chemical, or which can be biological. So physical agents, we are talking about soil and health. We are talking about soil and health. Okay. Physical agents. Rocky and sandy soil make the climate hot. Rock. Climate hot. Clay soil makes it damp and cold. Clay soil makes the environment damp and cold. Okay. Chemical agents. For example, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides used in the agriculture may pollute the soil. And biological agents. All sort of life resides or in the soil. It may be regarded as living community, like for example, fungi, bacteria, protozoa. Some of these are harmful and pathogenic, while some are harmless also. Okay. Polluted soil have the major problem with the health. These are, for example, write down which are the health problem. Roundworm infection, worms, janta, roundworm, hookworm, tetanus, yes, write down important, tetanus, and gastrointestinal infections caused by drinking water from shallow wells, polluted by seepage of subsoil water from polluted soil. Okay. Now, next we will discuss something about housing standards. Okay. Site. The site should be elevated and its surroundings to prevent flooding during the rain. It should be on the little bit on the height. Okay. Setback. For proper lighting and ventilation, there should be an open space all around the house. And this is called as setback. You may be asked in the oral, what is setback? Setback means for proper lighting and ventilation, there should be open space around your house. Because in the villages, Gram Panchayat, all the houses are near. That is not good. There is no setback. Very interesting word, setback. Floor. It should be impermeable so that it can be easily washed and kept clean and dry. Floor. Okay. The floor must be smooth and free from cracks. Okay. Next is the wall. Wall should be strong and should have the low heat capacity. Should not absorb the heat and conduct the same. This should be the wall. Roof, the height should not be less than 10 feet. This number is very important. Roof. Your house roof should not be less than 10 feet. Okay. So this is something you should take care of. Floor area, windows, lighting, kitchen, privacy, garbage and refuse, all the things with the construction. Bathing and washing, water supply, rural housing, etc. Now, housing and health. Please write down last 3 minutes, housing and health. Please write down housing and health. My dear friends, audio, housing and health. Okay. It is very difficult to demonstrate the cause and effect relationship between housing and health, but we can at least think of these things. It cannot be proved. So this is happened because of the housing, but there are chances that this is happening with the housing problem. Number one, respiratory infections can occur if the crowded place is there. Common cold, tuberculosis, influenza, diphtheria, bronchitis, measles, whooping cough may have some relation with housing. I am saying may have, because this cannot be proved by research one-to-one. Because you will say, sir, measles is a viral infection. Yes, I know, my dear friend, but your housing construction may be the problem in addition to that. Are you getting my point? It is not a samavayi karana. Samavayi not, asamavayi karana. Try to understand this nidana panchak. Then there may be skin infection. For example, scabies, ringworm, impetigo, leprosy. Sir, how you are talking like that? This is a bacterial infection, sir. This is viral. So this is fungal. I know, my dear friend, but I am telling you, housing may be indirect, asamavayi karana to get that infection. Then the rat bites like plague. Then there may be accidents. If the home defects are there, there may be some accidents. Then psychological effect. If it is a too gloomy, your ventilation is not proper, the person living in the house may be getting psychological problems. And the last but not least is very important, which I have explained here. Overcrowding. Please give the title in your notebook, my dear friends. Please give the title. I'm sorry, I cannot mark this. I don't understand why I'm not getting. But anyway, overcrowding. Please write down the audio clip dictation. Overcrowding means more people are living within a single dwelling than is the space available. Considering the space, more people are living, that is called overcrowding. Then movement is restricted, the people movement. Privacy will not be there, no privacy. Then maintenance of hygiene. I am talking about problems of overcrowding. Please write down problems of overcrowding. Number one, movement place is not there. Second, maintenance of hygiene will be problem. Then Rest and sleep also will be difficult. So there are risk of physical health problems, infectious diseases, less space, overcrowding in one to another person. So all this droplet infection will be more common in this overcrowding. The effect of psychological health is also irritability will be there, frustration will be there, lack of sleep, tension, violence, and mental disorders. Children are affected more in this overcrowding. In short, it is a psychosocial stress which will lead to the unhappiness, and that can lead to the psychosomatic and mental problems. Overcrowding is a health problem in human dwellings. It may promote overcrowding, the spread of respiratory infections like tuberculosis, influenza, and diphtheria. Overcrowding, high morbidity and mortality rates are observed where housing conditions are substandard. They are not standard. So accepted standards are given here. The degree of overcrowding can be expressed as the number of person per room. What is this? Please write down. I am taking a little bit more lecture. Degree of overcrowding. Degree of this is, what is this? What is this? Please write down. Please write down. Degree of overcrowding. Degree of overcrowding. Degree of overcrowding. Are you getting my point? Okay. Floor space. Now this is about room, but floor space. 110 square feet or more for 2 persons and 70 to 90 square feet for 1 person. This is the requisite. So my dear friends, this is all today. We have discussed Swasthavritta paper 2, and we have discussed 2 points. One is a jala, that is water, that is udaka, that is ambu, and second we have discussed the bhumi or the land. Thank you very much. We will see in the afternoon for the Charak Uttarardha lecture at 3 p.m. Thank you very much. Take care and see you soon.